When someone passes away, it's hard to know what to do next. My name is Robertson, and I'm an apprentice funeral director and embalmer for Oliver's Funeral Home. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes. The first thing that happens is usually the family will call the funeral home, or somebody on behalf of the family will call us. If your loved one passes away at the hospital or at home and it's an expected death, you would call the funeral home. If your loved one suddenly passes away, you would call 911 and they would take the necessary steps to contact us. Once a funeral home has been chosen, we will come and transfer your loved one into our care. Anytime, any place, we will take care of that transfer for you. When we arrive on scene, we generally speak to the initial caller, whether that was the police or a family member. And when this happens, we usually have this envelope for the family or the loved one, just kind of the initial steps that you need to take as the person who's lost a loved one. Once we have spoken to the initial caller and given them the envelope, they then show us where the deceased is. Once we go in and kind of scope out the area and see what it requires to do the transfer safely and smoothly, we then do that and transfer your loved one into our care. Once we have transferred your loved one back into our care here at the funeral home, we then transfer them into what we call the preparation room. So we place your loved one onto a table, we moisturize their face to avoid dehydration, and we take their fingerprints if anybody in the family would love a memorial keepsake. We also place an identification bracelet on the ankle of your loved one. After the transfer of your loved one has taken place, we generally then will contact the family unless the family states that to contact us. We then will meet and make funeral arrangements. Once the families come in and we're speaking to them regarding the arrangements of their loved one, they can give us any extra or necessary steps that they want taken in providing extra care to their loved one. In our next video, Jasmine will be going over what goes on in a funeral arrangement with the family.